a couple of the young guys to get showcased. And again, going back to how this season was supposed to go and what we thought was going to happen, does it feel like as much of a missed opportunity as maybe it initially did when you're talking about all the young guys and, are they going to get to play enough? It hasn't really been a huge issue, right? I mean,
as long as they
Devin,
get a chance. To me, as long as at some point they get room for at least the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eliminate Devin Carter, who they've just told us, no thank you. But if you eliminate Devin Carter, I mean, they're all getting a decent amount of playing time, it feels like.
Yeah. The reason I'd be saying yes and nodding with you is because it seems like Neek now is getting more regular minutes.
Yeah. And they kind of wanted him to get it early on, and then it cooled off a bit for a second. I think when Doug was kind of really in the depths of the veteran stuff, and then we had another wave where they just lost so many games. I think they decided we got to get Neek in here more often. Mm-hmm. What are we doing?
Yeah, we're getting ready for the draft. That's what we're doing. This is Nathan Grubel on X from @DraftDeeper. He said, I think I saw this yesterday, or it might have been Friday or Saturday. I've been scouting and evaluating basketball prospects for the NBA draft over the last 15 years. Forget the top 3. This entire 2026 NBA draft class just feels like something we've never seen, something we may never see again. Nathan Grubel, here we go.
I don't like that.
You don't like it? You're not buying it? Too much draft hype?
It's getting to a point now. All these guys can't be good, right? They can't be that good.
Well, I know you know this, but your guy, DeBonsa's your guy, right?
Yeah, he's my guy.
AJ DeBonsa. According to Tankathon, they have him right now going third. AJ DeBonsa had 43 points on Saturday. Cam Boozer scored 32 Saturday. Kingston Flemings, I know I sent you a video of him, 42 Saturday. Nate Ament, 29 on Saturday. A lot of these guys are going off. They went off this past weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't even bring up.
Peterson did not play.
Right. There's still you just named off 5 guys without naming Darren Peterson, Caleb Wilson. So, look, I'm not saying that
Caleb Wilson, I think, had 22 or something.
Yeah.
I saw him play a little bit.
I'm not saying that they all aren't supposed to be good. I'm just saying that the reality is I don't know that they all will actually be good.
Yeah, you just hope that if you're the Kings, obviously you're picking like 1 through 5 and not ending up like something picks, 13, 20, somewhere in there.
But isn't that what's going to well, maybe not 13, 20, but isn't that what's going to happen? Like the 8th overall pick is going to be the best in the draft. Isn't that what's going to happen?
Not in this draft. I mean, this is one where I think experts would tell you, no, the cream is at the crop. We'll find out.
Okay.
But sometimes in drafts that are like, this draft isn't that great, you get somebody like, Kawhi or somebody. Well, look at that.
Yeah.
The experts are saying this is it. You can't really go wrong. If the Kings get any of these top 5 guys right now, top 6, I would say, based on what we think we know. If you get Peterson, Boozer, DeBonsa, Caleb Wilson, Kingston Flemings, who's now one of my guys, or Nate Ament, if you get any one of those guys, I think if you're the Kings, you can feel like that's a win. Yeah. Obviously, we'll see how they develop. But now I think the point is it's not just the top 3. Top 3 could be phenomenal. They could change the course of your franchise into the future. But there's some really good players available.
Yeah.
Other than the Wemby year, this might be the year when if you're going to tank, this is the year when you tank.
Right. Well,
but you're not buying it.
No. It's not that I'm not buying it. It's that one of these guys is not going to be very good. And I just hope that the Kings do not take that guy.
Oh, they always do.
Just don't take the whammy. That's what we've been saying. Don't take the whammy. Is there any world where, when the Mavs traded Luka and then they ended up with the number 1 overall pick and you thought, hey, maybe Nico did figure something out. He still ends up getting canned because, AD can't stay healthy, no Kyrie, things like that. Is there any world where Scott Perry, it comes off, because I know Scott Perry didn't make these moves, so it's a little bit different, where people end up saying, wow, the Kings actually knew what they were doing, right? At the end of this,
sure,
they get a top 3 pick.
Sure.
Let's say they decide to keep Domas, right? Or regardless, or they get 3 first rounders for him, something like that. Zach is on an expiring contract. Maybe somebody is willing to take a chance on him next season. And in 2 years here, you could be looking at the Kings and somebody is saying, man, we were all roasting the Kings about 2 years ago, but maybe a little bit of luck, but they also did make some prudent moves and prudent decisions and figured it out.
Sure, but it's probably not going to happen, not because the Kings are the Kings, but just, you look at the odds. Like, I know we've talked about this. If you end up with the worst record in the NBA, the worst record, there's an 86% chance that you do not get the first pick.
Yeah.
So that's the way it's set up. So sure, there's a chance that it happens. The danger to me is, and you have to assume this risk if you're the organization, you go through this and you may end up with the 7th pick. And maybe you end up with a guy that doesn't get off to a good start. And then a lot of fans locally and certainly nationally, they're going to be saying, same old Kings, and people around here will be furious. But that's just the way you have to play it. Mm-hmm. You have to assume those risks right now. That's your truest path forward, although it's not a sure path forward.
Well, and, we were getting on, or I was getting on kind of Niner fans about an hour ago. And there does come to a point.
You love that, too, as a Raider fan.
Oh, I love it. But everyone can say, well, your team stinks, and they're not wrong. So, hey, I gotta get my get back somehow. But you look at the Kings fans right now, Whitey, and I do think we have some of our P1s and some of our listeners, whether it's on the AM and the text line and the YouTube as well. And I do think there are a lot of people that are just saying no to everything. Right? And there does come to a point where if you don't want Trae Young when he was available, you don't want Trae, you say no to Trae. You don't want Ja, you say no to Ja. You say no to everybody, but then you also are a bit weary of what could happen in the draft. Well, there's only a couple ways to do this, right? And if the second draft thing isn't going to be the case, then you have to just get into the lottery and pray.
To what extent, if any, can the Kings, assuming they get an attractive pick,